just a few moments. We'll be back and ready for action. Coming up, live coverage of this Tuesday night NBA game here on 2K Sports. Alongside Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll talk to Allie LaForce, who's on the sidelines as well. A look at the opening lineup for Washington. We've got Bilal Coulibaly, Russell Westbrook out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's James, and it's Jokic in at the center position. And for Indiana, Nembhard and Mathurin near the wings. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Halliburton in at the point. All right, Clark, a decent chunk into the season now. At what point are you starting to feel the aches and pains?
Well, let me think about that. It all depends, BA, on your service time in the league. How many miles do you have on your wheels? For older guys, it only takes a few games. For the younger guys, they're on autopilot and they just go, go, go.
Westbrook, pass to Jokic. Shoots over Turner, and the basket by Jokic.
There's not a lot more you can do if you're defending Jokic. This guy's an outstanding scorer, and he can make contested shots.
Now here's Nembhard. He's guarded closely. Kispert with some nice D. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. And you think about the value Andrew Nembhard provides. Clark, he really excels at running the offense.
He's the quintessential point guard, BA. Has a great feel for setting up his teammates for what they're trying to get done. Plays with tremendous pace and great confidence. Typically doesn't over-dribble and is unafraid of any moment. Halliburton all about getting his teammates open looks. Does such a great job with his unselfishness making the pass.
Westbrook can't hit.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And was maybe a step out of his range.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Now here's Halliburton. And a nice finish on the layup. Halliburton's got his second basket of the night.
Now that was nasty. Absolutely nasty. Halliburton looking like a street baller with that kind of dribble move. Major handles.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Nembhard. Pass to Halliburton. Here's Turner. Three-pointer. Kispert grabs a miss. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A.
And James puts up a deep three. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Outstanding long-range shooting here early. They already have hit multiple shots from downtown.
Bring music, scorching those nets. How long can they keep this up, though?
Now here's Mathurin with the drive. Here's Turner. It's rebounded by Washington. And this matchup with the Pacers, their first meeting of the season. Mathurin with a steal. In transition, here come the Pacers. Here's Nembhard. And Indiana misses again. Three-pointer, Kispert. Buried from outside. I don't know. I think we may get a review here. That was close. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus. It looked like he got it off in time, though.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And, B.A., you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
And so it's Washington. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back after this. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Wizards.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
And so in the game for Washington, Russell Westbrook out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Davis, then it's Owens, and it's Sarr in at the four-man position. Now here's McConnell. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. And again, it's Washington with a three.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Take it away! And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, the Pacers love to push it up. Tyrese Halliburton said, it's our biggest strength. Teams don't want to run with us. They know when you play us, have your track shoes ready, especially if you're coming off of a back-to-back or you have a packed schedule. You do not want to see us. Brian, they have their identity.
No doubt about that, and it starts with him. And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end, and there's no question they have the tools to do it. They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And the Pacers call time here. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports...
More Pascal Siakam. And Washington making a change here. Here's Matherin. And that time also a missed shot.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And that one misses. Well, Clark, the first 9 years of his career, he played mostly power forward. But over the last 3, Anthony Davis playing a lot of center.
And I think his game has become more focused on staying in the paint, which is where he's dominant. He's added tons of strength over the years. He's using that to his advantage. He's always been one of the special players in the league, in my opinion. And he's still one of the top 15 guys in the league for sure.
The Pacers making a switch here. Nimhard's checked in. Toppin passes to McConnell. Shoots from the elbow. Yep, count it. McConnell's gotten his first points of the night.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
Here's Fournier. It's good. Set up beautifully by George.
You know, even when you think you've got Fournier bodied up, he still finds a way to slither to a score.
Pass to Wiseman. Picked it out of midair. George against Matherin. Nice shot by George.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
The Pacers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Lets it go from 11. Owens grabs the board. And Washington with possession. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Ball stolen in transition. Here's George. And that's good from 17 feet. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
Yep, they're starting to stretch this lead out. Too much offense to keep pace with.
Now here's Nimhard. Pass to McConnell. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Matherin drains the triple.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Here's George. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
First personal foul, second team foul.
Washington shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
So he comes up empty at the line. And so it's Washington with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much, Rick. What did you think of your team's offensive execution in the first half?
We got to get it moving more. We got to get it driven more. They're very physical. You're trying to run plays. They blow all that stuff up. And so bottom line with our offense, we got to get some more stops. That'll help our offense.
Defense leads to offense. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for Washington, Kenny, what was your impression?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track meet.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
They really need to focus on finding quality shots. If they can't create for themselves in the second half, things will only get worse. And I'm talking about the high percentage looks, not contested threes.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
You look at Corey Kispert. What a contribution.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Halliburton and Emhart, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Mathurin in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Drops in the 3. Westbrook's got 6.
That stroke is all about focus for Westbrook. When he's dialed in, he's got his balance, mark it up.
Halliburton. James with the block.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist from James. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter. Halliburton against Westbrook, and he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot. Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill, feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league. Seems like Halliburton is always looking to do a little more, always making the extra effort. That's fairly rare.
So he makes 1 of 2, and the second one misses.
Yeah, and I can't help but remember Tyrese Halliburton in the 2024 All-Star Game. A spectacular performance from him in that one. And the icing on the cake, him dropping the shot that took the East point total to over 200 points.
And here's Indiana now, following the score by Washington. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. This pick is mostly no surprise, but here's your player of the week for the Eastern Conference, Russell Westbrook.
It's clear that he's a key aspect of their offensive success. His decisions with the ball are what creates opportunities for himself and the rest of his teammates.
Now here's Westbrook. 10 points for him. The 3 is up. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
3-pointer, Halliburton. He drops it from range. Halliburton's got 4 points this quarter.
Halliburton, with the answer, was anxious to throw it right back at him.
From deep, Jokic sinks it from distance.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
That one goes in.
LeBron
James has got his second bucket on the night.
How many times have we seen that? I mean, LeBron going right through and into the defense and finds a way to power through the contact as if he hasn't even been hit.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
And it's out of bounds to Indiana. Jackson, he's checked in for Indiana. McConnell comes in for Nembhard. Collins, he's checked in for Washington. Prince comes in for Kispert. Halliburton finds Siakam. Can they get it? And he gets that one.
Pascal Siakam.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Prince. Jacks up a three. And again, it's Washington with a three.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Halliburton. Give him 8. Goes up again. It's rebounded by Washington.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Russell Westbrook. He's been the guy making things happen for Washington. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. More 2K action in just a moment. What he had to say.
These guys are going to struggle guard movement, but if we dribble, they got one situation to play. It's too easy. All right? Come on. Let's go.
More ball movement. That's what Coach Carlisle is asking for.
Exactly. I mean, when you over-dribble, you're letting the defense off the hook. The more you move the ball, the more it tires out the defense.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So on the floor for the Wizards, they've got James. Prince is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's George, and it's Collins in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them. The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Wiseman.
In the game, 2 minutes.
And we hear about the unwritten rules of sports sometimes, Clark. What are some of those in the NBA?
Well, you try not to ever foul an airborne player. I think most players are really sensitive to that. Don't disrespect the other team. Be professional and sportsmanlike when you've got a margin of victory that doesn't need to be added on to. In other words, don't run up the score. Don't try to get numbers for the sake of numbers. Play the game, play to win, and do it with respect at all times.
Owens is checked in for Washington. Fournier comes in for Russell Westbrook. Collins. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Here's Shepard. Pass to Diallo. It's rebounded by George. The Wizards have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth.
Winning in strong fashion. A relentless effort notches a W for the Wizards.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it's a performance that will signify their 5th win of the year. And what a huge performance it was for Russell Westbrook.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
And Indiana with some changes. Nimhart, he's checked in for Shepard. And it's McConnell in for Jackson. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Washington. Now here's McConnell. Here's the steal. Koulibaly with it. And it's McConnell picking him up. And that one's good. Koulibaly.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Wiseman against Collins. Now here's Wiseman, tightly guarded. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Prince with the bucket.
This is what winning is all about, playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Here's George. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Diallo.
First team foul. At the line for the away team, George taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential.
Away team foul. Koulibaly. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Pacers, TJ McConnell.
And he knocks down the first one. And so McConnell nails them both. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Owens. He takes it in, and he dunks it down.
Assist from
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free. What you say?
Oh, my goodness.
Come on now.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
So it's Washington picking up the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
LeBron, that was an impressive win. What did it take to get it done tonight?
It's a really good team that we're playing. They're very resilient, just like us. They play together, they play hard, they play tough. So we had to bring that fight tonight.
You brought it. It paid off. Congrats.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.